Lions! Yeah, good morning, y'all. Let me get this coffee in with me. Previously on Kimba TV. So, it's kind of like the situation here. Like, if it does this, you know, I will rarely be in a short where there's a collection of poor and weak highs like that. I rather just be patient and try to wait for SFP. Yeah, but if you really wanted a long, you had a long opportunity already. So, you know, these were your longs right here, these levels. I don't know if you want to long that anymore with the gap so close to you. All right, I got maybe like I got about 30 minutes, 40 minutes before I gotta head out. I don't think I'll be able to see RTH open with you guys, but we'll mark everything out. I think today's a little bit of an easier day. But let me look at some stuff. Where the fuck is my mouse? Like even right now, there actually might be a little bit of like a scalp short opportunity. It's just like, you know, this is kind of bad. I think it just depends on if you're hella bullish. If you're bullish, 15-second alpha TA incoming. I think there's two shorts. One is if you're really bullish and you want to long this and you think RTH is going to hold and you want to long this, you don't want to clean that. But if you're not that bullish, then it might make more sense to clean this. Clean all of this when RTH opens. Yeah. So there's probably there might be like a little scalp short opportunity. You know, this concept is the same, like settlement, value, area low. And again, this is kind of like a pop quiz on what a bearish retest is supposed to look like when the settlement is below and outside of value area low. So bonus points if you remember these scenarios, Lions. You got VWAP and point of control. We talked about that level yesterday. But yeah, there's so many shitty highs that are being left behind that if you're somebody that's a little bit more bullish and you want to long the gap and go, then you probably want to leave those highs because it gives you better confluence to long it. So yeah, like somewhere in here, you probably have like an opportunity to short. Those highs are not that great. You would prefer to leave those highs like that if you're somebody that wants to long this. But cleaning all of that, not bad. Not bad at all. So you have maybe a scalp short opportunity because your settlement is outside of value. So wait for RTH to see what you want to do, I guess. Any sort of reclaim of point of control or just breaking out of value, you already know what it is. We're going to be aiming for that 103. So it really hasn't changed too much from yesterday. This was like the value range from Monday. Tuesday was inside of value. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I would probably think. And then like So I think there's like an easy scalp short. If you do go back inside value, you need to go in and then come right back out. If you want the short to be valid. The long would be the same. Is this the 7.5? Why does this look like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, so, yeah, so I mean, it's like this, it's like the same concept. If this goes back down, and it completely fills the gap, and it, you know, it's gonna look like this, I think. Like this. So again, you know, price action, it's always just a pop quiz of what you can remember from the past. It's gonna look like this. It'll look like this. If it's gonna be bullish. So levels identified, here, whoops, here, and here. Levels identified, I think structure change, easy short, structure change, easy long. Okay, and it doesn't have to go back down there and it doesn't have to gap fill, but at least the value is like slowly kind of shifting. So it would have been bullish if we had built value. This price action was here. It would have been really obviously bearish if the price action from yesterday was building down here. It was an inside day, so it's a little bit inconclusive. So it could still go either ways, but just the way that the VWAP is trending. Yeah, and then if this doesn't like come back and change structure, then like the unfinished lows at 90, 85, 84, like all that stuff that we talked about yesterday would come into play. So that's how I think how I would yeah, so this was overnight funky high. It was. Yeah, so if you're looking for a scalp short, you have to decide if those funky highs need to get cleaned up for you, or if you're bearish short term but you want to long that, you actually would want to keep that unfinished. So some people are going to short settlement and value area low and use that VWAP point of control or even those funky highs as invalidation. Some people are going to want RTH to clean that. And then this one is easy. Like it has to dip and dip the tip and then come back in. Any sort of building value outside of RTH gap, you guys already know what I think about that. That would be extremely bearish and I'd be looking for 85. All right, so I think that's about it. A lot of pop quizzes today. There's probably going to be a pop quiz about structure if there's an opportunity to long. There's going to be a pop quiz about what it means to have settlement outside of value and how you can play a bearish retest. Pivot point for the bullish side would probably be value area high. So I think if you start to build value, spend time outside of value area high, you're going to go to 103. So you got your value range, you got your RTH gap, you got settlement, you got some funky ass highs. That's obviously shitty. That's going to get cleaned, right? So you've got a shitty high, shitty low right there in between. Swing of both, maybe. Bing, bong, ding, dong is possible too. Just clean the shitty low, clean the overnight high, and then resume the organic move. That's also possible too. So it'll just depend on how RTH gap opens, and then I would go from there. Let me just take a look at this. Yeah, quick little math. Yeah, and you've got the same sort of setup with the previous day shit too. You've got your daily open right below value area low. You've got PDEQ, PDPOC. All of this shit is everything that lines up with this. Like that point of control right there. On CME, you've got the VWAP and point of control right there. On like a previous day thing, you got previous day point of control and previous day EQ. So some people are going to use that as invalidation for the short. Some people are going to want to enter right there, like, and have it like swing fail, you know, and clean the overnight highs. And then obviously spending time above or outside of value area high would be hella bullish. So I think kind of straightforward. You've got a scalp short, maybe somewhere around here. Maybe it's right now. Kind of hard to tell. You would have to be front running a little bit. I think it just kind of depends on if you're somebody that really wants to long this bitch. If you really want to long this bitch, you don't want these highs to be cleaned. You want them left behind so they're shitty, and so there's more confluence to go and grab all of that, everything. If you want, you know, like 85 or even lower, you are okay with that getting cleaned because you don't want to go back to clean it later anyways. Sounds good? So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of pop quizzes today. So if you're a lion cub, maybe you could ask one of the OGs or veterans to kind of help you pinpoint what day. We had a very similar setup like this. Let's get it. Kimble was where poppin'. The settlement and the open is below value. The concept would still be the same if we were above value. It would just be in reverse, right? We would be looking for a scalp long instead of a scalp short. But yeah, and how crazy is it that the 7.5 is pixel perfect at RTH gap now? Yeah, I mean, don't be mad at me, chat, if it does some shit like this. I'm not saying that it's going to go down. It doesn't have to go down. But if it does like a RTH gap fill and like it's like some shit like this, worst case, I have a long on this bottom, right? Like, remember when we talked about this and this was pixel perfect golden pocket? I'm going to be on a flight all day. I'm going to go to San Fran real quick and then grab a couple things before flying back to Texas. So I'm going to be flying for like 7-8 hours today. And it's not private. So my internet's, I don't know what the Wi-Fi on the flight's going to be like, but I will try this, but considering I'm going to be on airplane Wi-Fi and just my laptop with no ultra wide monitors or anything, I think the best that I'm going to be able to do is maybe that. But that's whatever the first low is your invalidation anyways. If you're going to try to take this long. But if no buyers step in and structure change doesn't happen, then I'll see you guys at 85 type of shit. And remember what I said about 85 too? Like, I think everyone in their fucking grandma is going to be trying to long 84, 85. So I probably will take a scalp long. I'm not going to close any shorts. We could have a 7,000, 8,000, 9. We could have a bounce from 85 to 95. We could have a $10,000 bounce, but I think that would just be a bearish retest. I wouldn't be surprised if like 85, 84 bounced all the way to like do a bearish retest of like 91 or 92, and then we go and grab 77. So I'll still take a scalp long at 84 or 85 or whatever it may be. But I'm going to try to maximize profits. I think it would just be like it would only do a bearish retest. All right, let me load up the chat, see what you guys are saying. Good morning, Vishante. Bro Kaz says, could you check ETH? Sure, but you are caught up on all of the plans that we talked about, right? Yeah, so nothing has changed. Is there something specific that you want to ask me? And you're caught up on yesterday's TA, right? Bro Kaz? Let me know if you have something specific. But no, my plans for ETH, both the short that we talked about and the long that we talked about, hasn't changed. Sounds good, bro, Kaz? So if you have something like this, whether you've got the settlement below the value area low and the value area high, and like we talked about, you've got a daily open outside of value area low and you've got value area high, you've got different pinpoints where if you're really bullish, you can try to take a bullish retest. There's going to be elements of front running, and there's also going to be elements of making sure that you know where your invalidation is. All right. So some people, like if it does this and instead of it swing failing, it stops right here and then it tries to make a, so like some people, you know, if they're looking for a swing fail, but it doesn't swing fail and it actually goes dink and you start building value, some people rather have a long from here than from here, right? So it just kind of depends on what you're seeing and what data is present. If you get like a bunch of, you know, underwater shorts or longs, I mean, I don't know, like if that dumbass from yesterday, like longing 50 million and 30 million and all that stuff, I don't know if he's going to show up again. You know, like stuff like that would matter, right? So it would probably, you know, depend on if people are trapped or if there's any liquidity or stuff like that. But instead of focusing on, you know, should I short this? Should I long this? Pay attention to like what happens in the price action here in this zone. And this setup shows up at least once a week. You know, so it's more important to me that you feel confident. I mean, we just had this like 4 days ago, last week. So this is for sure a pop quiz on like how you would play this last week. So OGs, veterans, I know you saw this setup last week. We broke this bitch down. So for some of you guys, it's going to be like the juice might not be economical. The juice might not be a technical analysis thing. The juice might just be, wow, he's right. This setup happened twice already in the last 2 weeks, and I have no notes on it. I have no idea what the invalidations and confirmations are. I know he talked about it for 6 hours the last time this happened, but I can't remember a goddamn thing. I got to do better. Some of y'all, that realization is going to be the juiciest juice you're going to have today. And that's okay, you know? But this is pop quiz. This is exam day. How many people remember all that shit that we talked about? This shit, like I can say stuff like, you know, there could be a short here and, you know, you wouldn't want to grab, because I've seen this shit. We've all seen this shit, Lions. This is a setup that we've seen dozens of times, especially if you're somebody that's been watching 6, 7, 8 months. You know, don't get so caught up in, oh my God, I need to make sure that I'm in the right trade, or I want to be in the short, or I want to be in the long. The real juice is going to be coming from the price action, y'all. So at least we have the levels, right? You've got your value area high, your point of control, VWAP, value area low, and settlement. So if you're somebody that's hella bullish, you know, you can start thinking about a bullish retest on the VWAP, getting flipped into support, right? I wouldn't, you know, even put something like this out of question. So, you know, have a bullish plan, have a bearish plan, understand that things might move hella quick. Okay. I don't want anybody crying to me about, but Kimba, you drew the structure change like this. We didn't get it. It just wasn't, it was too quick. I missed the long. Motherfucker, I told you to be prepared. Where's your threshold? How far would you allow yourself to market smash? I mean, Kimba box is fucking this, you know, I think whether your long entry is here or here, it doesn't matter. You know, if you want to market smash RTH gap, go for it, but you need to be prepared. You know, for speed, and something happening in a way that you didn't expect. So, All right. Any questions before I wrap it up? I gotta get going here. I gotta finish packing and then I gotta leave. So, Indo Lion, you good? Mr. Turtle says, any thoughts on and entering golden pocket on the macro? I'm not sure which golden pocket you're talking about. But as long as you rewound and get caught up, you should be good to go. I hope you're not talking about swing low, swing high. I want to get in on a golden pocket. NK says, today is biggest quiz day trading without Kimba. Kind of, but I also already laid out guidelines too, you know, and we've got to, so do you feel like you're prepared? P2P, fragile. We've got ways in which you guys can take along, right? We got ways in which we can interpret the price action as bullish. We've got ways in which we can get a short, and we've got ways in which we would identify the price action as bearish.
He just told us to be prepared.
All right, and just try to be objective, and you know this bitch is gonna be fast, right? How many people, especially if you've been watching the last 3-4 weeks, you know that you heard me say, hey, this is my inflection point, right? But you're like, God damn, Kimba just market smashed the settlement. Like, we're not going to wait for the bullish retest, right? Like, there's been a lot of quick moves where we've had to post only limit, market smash. There is no bullish or bearish retest, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. So you got to go in there with a plan for plan A, but also plan B in case, you know, it takes too long or it's too quick, right? For both the short and the long. All right. Haskir says, for me, Kimba, with your teaching, I'm thinking on waiting for a bearish day today. Sure. Yeah. And we identified the levels, and I kind of gave you my opinions on what you would want. All right. But don't just sit there and wait for, you know, a bearish day. If it's spending, you know, time inside of value and building value inside of above value area low, and or VWAP. Okay. You got to be objective. Those 103 highs are ass. It's ripe to get swept. So just do your best. And if you are really, really bearish and you don't believe in any longs, that's okay too. Okay. Enjoy the day today, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little bit easier than yesterday, in my opinion, because you're going to break out of value one way or another. So, like, just think about it. You know, you get back inside, you're probably going to go to the other side. You're already from value area low to breaking out through here. So this would already mean you're going to go to the other side. So it's just value, right? Just value. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Super short, super alpha, in my opinion. Well, you know what? I usually would say this right now, but at daily candle close today, because I'll probably get home around like daily candle close. When the daily candle close happens, or when the US market close happens, okay? If you are here right now to listen to the plan, if you are here right now to listen to the levels, okay? I want you just because I'll be watching the stream from the flight. But on a scale of 0 to 10, I'm not talking about grading on predicting the future, but I want you to grade us on the level of preparation. All right? So at market close or daily candle close, depending on, you know, maybe you're an international lion and you're going to go to sleep after US market close. You're not going to stay up until daily market close. Just give me a score from 0 to 10 on the preparation today. You know, we were here only for 30 minutes, but we've got the next 8 hours figured out, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. All right. I'm out of here, chat. I can't wait to regroup with you guys tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, just like today. And I can't wait to see how everybody did. All right. We have a bullish scenario. We have a bearish scenario. We'll let the data tell us. Okay. Don't try your best not to let your opinions or biases affect your trading. All right. Let the data tell you what to do. You guys are the best. Have a great day. Good luck. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Kachoy Shibaya, he raving!